Notice how they are. Do they cheat when they play sports? Are they aggressive when they play sports? If you watch me play basketball, you'll notice I get very angry. I get angry. I get mad at stupidity when I play basketball. I get really mad. I'm a very vocal person. I'm very intense. And if you observe that, don't just say, "Oh, he's just like that on the court." No. Don't assume that this is just how I am, because this is what people do to themselves. I just killed him because he got me mad, or yeah, I killed that person too, but they also got me mad. So they're not even connecting the fact that they just killed two people. They're just saying, "Oh, I just got mad that one time." Don't commit that the mistake of the ego. Understand that, okay, if I kill two people, what does that say about me? What else can I look at in the past that is similar to that? What does that say about me? How so? We all got to do the same thing for other people. A lot of people don't know themselves because they just don't connect the dots. They don't see that maybe you are not as respectful as you think, not as polite as you think, not as unselfish as you think. I've actually observed my behavior in the last 2 years objectively, and I've came to the conclusion that I'm a very, very selfish person. If I'm being honest with you. And that realization is something that doesn't come to you by not it doesn't come to you by looking at all of your actions in isolation. It comes to you by looking at all of your actions and linking them together, and without assuming how you see yourself. What would I say about a stranger? What does that say about somebody that you don't know if they behave this way? We all do that to ourselves, the lack of understanding, of the lack of making the connections. And because of that, we can't do that with other people. So you got to start with yourself. Start making the connections about your character based on the actions you've done. Look at all of the little behaviors that you have. How do you deal when your flight is canceled? How do you deal about your date? How do you deal when somebody doesn't do things for you? How do you deal when you date someone and they're selfish lovers, right? Observe all of the little things about you and try to come to conclusions based on, if this was someone else, what would you assume about them? Once you could understand yourself by observing your patterns, like for example, if you look at my apartment, it's messy. It's a messy apartment. And no matter how much I try, it's messy. So what does that say about me? Right? It means that I'm disorganized. It means that I'm lazy. But then when you notice, there are some parts that are not disorganized. If you observe my life, you might see complete disorder. But then there's little snippets of my life that they are completely orderly, that I follow through on my plans. So it's almost like I don't value. Honestly, you will even say, okay, Alexis, let me ask you this: at what time of the day does it get messier? I'm like, during the nighttime. Okay, so at what time of the day do you usually have the motivation to clean up? In the morning, in the afternoon? What do you do in the nighttime? I smoke weed, I eat, I watch TV. Are you doing anything disciplined? No, nighttime is when I'm just lounging. Like, oh, interesting. So your lounging, lazy side comes out in the nighttime. And then in the daytime, that's when your more productive side comes out. Like, yeah, okay. Now, what happens when you don't smoke? And you wake up the next day? Is it messy? Well, honestly, in my lifetime, it's always been clean when I wake up in the morning. But then again, even before smoking weed, I remember my car always was messy. I'm like, oh, okay. But there's still something that says something there. The fact that your weed smoking self creates a mess around your apartment that your morning self has to clean up. Your morning self always cleans up, but your night self never cleans up. It may not mean much, that observation, but just keep it in your mind, because something else might come up, like a puzzle that you're like, oh wow, I found this puzzle piece. Oh my God, this puzzle piece completes the puzzle. Just that knowledge of what I just said to you right there, that knowledge is not complete right now, right? It's part of a bigger picture, but it's not. If I'm aware of that, something else will come up within a day, 2, 3 days, a week or so, that I just, through serendipity, I'm like, oh shit. What this says about me is that I am this and that when I really look at it from that perspective. It means my lower self is the weed self, and my higher self is the organized self. You know? And this is how you observe other people. As you can see, the first time you see things, they may not make sense because you just don't have enough information. And as you can see, this is something that takes work. This is why people are good at hiding, and this is why most likely nobody will ever figure you out unless somebody's actually paying attention. So once you learn to observe the patterns in your life and make connections, it'll get easier to be able to observe the patterns in other people and make connections. That's how that works. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're gonna be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man, Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one will teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship. And this, a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. Oh, I'm closing the channel.